It's August 8th, 2020. This is my side yard here. Butterfly and hummingbird garden. You can definitely see the butterflies here. There's one right there. Butterflies, moths, bees, hummingbirds, they're all here. And, you know, when I first started, this was grass. This whole thing you're looking at right here was, oops, zoom in. This whole thing was all grass. And now it's almost completely xeriscaped. This wood here came from a 50-foot walnut tree that snapped. The top snapped off, and I just haven't moved it yet. But this part of the side yard is something special. Jordan and I are going to go to a farmer's market and sell these. These are cuttings I took from my yard. So, you know, the cuttings took nothing. This I ripped up from the yard. This dirt is my homemade compost, almost entirely homemade compost. This is pot was for free because look at all the plants I've planted. I've got a few of those over there. So we've got Pride of Barbados we're going to sell at the farmer's market. You can see that there. We've got Texas native lantana just starting to come into bloom there. Got some nice succulents, alligator plant, sedum, some nice succulent arrangements down there. Coming over here, lantana, more lantana over there. And this is really cool. So this is from the Pecos River Valley. I actually ripped these up out of the ground. They were just 2-3 inches tall when I pulled them up out of the ground. This is a big blue sage is what it's called. It's not focusing for some reason. There we go. Big blue sage. Pretty cool. Little blooms there. And it requires a lot of light and no water. This thing will survive on 4 inches of rain a year, which is pretty impressive. Here are my spring or my fall tomatoes. You see I've got 2 starts down there, 1 and then 2. I put those in the ground today. These were brought home by my little kid. And artichokes. My family absolutely loves artichokes. Artichokes, and I've got 6 more that I'm growing right there. I'm actually going to try and get some more off here today and grow another 6 so I can get some more artichokes out of that. It's going to be pretty cool. This is the largest pineapple guava I've ever seen. When I tell people how big it is, they tell me I'm misidentifying the plant. They tell me they don't grow this big. This is a deciduous shrub. Well, no, I take that back. It's evergreen, mostly, but it's a shrub. I've trimmed it because it's hanging over the driveway, right? So I trim it off the driveway here, and I trim it off the path here, and so it's kind of trimmed up. This one's almost 20 feet tall. It's every bit of 15 feet, probably closer to 18, if not 20 feet tall. And it is a pineapple guava. It's a fruit tree, provides edible fruit, and it's wonderful. Actually, I really enjoy it. Coming over here, I'm going to put some baby blue eyes right here. I've already got it in the ground, but they're dormant right now. They won't come up till next spring. There's a little sedum growing under there and a hackberry sprout I got to pull out. Here is a chili patine. This chili patine probably came down this drain pipe, this little gutter right here, and it is living. I mean, there's a crack in the sidewalk there it's growing out of. It gets hardly any sun. This is a New Zealand spinach. There's 3 of them there. They came back from seed this year, and you can see they're kind of growing up the lattice a little bit. It's edible, and it's a different texture. So it's not really for salads, but if you're making like smoothies or sandwiches or something where you're not going to be eating just the lettuce, then this is great. But if you're eating just the lettuce, it's a little odd texture. Over here, oh, Texas spiny lizard joining us today. Hello. I've got ferns, and these ferns are all cuttings. That's why they look terrible right now. These are all from one plant. That's all from one plant. That's all from one plant. I just took little bitty cuttings. This is a hydroponic box here. Figured the ferns would really like the hydroponic box. I'm growing these for Houston. Same thing there. These bicolor irises are going to Houston. And so are these lilies. I don't know what kind of lilies there are, but they're going to Houston as well. My grandmother planted these lilies, I don't know, like 40 years ago. So I dug them up and moved them and transplanted them and grew some more. And so there we go. So we're going to have more of Grandma's lilies. These are mountain laurels that I'm growing right here. I've got several mountain laurels in there. And I need a few, but I don't need that many. I didn't know I'd be that successful, to be honest with you.